my name's Eyo, and this is my business planning and pitching. My vision for my sports camp is to get every child around the area that I want to set my sports camp to involved, so they're not on the streets doing anything bad, so they've always got something to do. Like most kids in the spare time and some holidays get up to mischief. I want to try and get every kid that's up to mischief in my area down and come to my sports camp. And all I want every child to do in my sports camp is to have a smile. That's what every child should want, to smile and be happy when they're having fun with their mates. Also, I want my business to be recognised all around the UK if I can. That would be my most ideal thing ever, for my business to be recognised by every single kid in the UK. That's my vision. My purpose, there's a lot of purpose to my business. One of the highest purposes for my business is to make profit. That's one thing. But also, another big purpose for me is to really get my business around the UK. Because all businesses that are recognised around the UK are very big, such as like, for start, Sports Direct's known all around the UK for selling sports clothes, everything. So if my business could become like Sports Direct, that would be the best thing that could ever happen. Also, a purpose to me would be for children to come to my sports camp and say, like, if they've got like a bad attitude, they can change it. They can come to me and talk to me and say, like, oh, I'm having a hard time at home, can you help me out? Stuff like that. That'd be good. Also, say if I get like 10 kids off the street that have got like bad attitudes and they come to my camp for 2 weeks and I've changed their attitude so much, and they go back out in the community and the community see that they've had a big change, that would mean the world to me, because then that will show to other people what my sports camp can do for children that have got bad things going on in life. So they're part of my purposes. Rewards. One of my rewards is to make profit, like I've already said, but also one of my big rewards is to give back to the community. Because in different communities, for example, say like Kirby, Toxteth, Huyton, they're bad communities that have like high crime rates. So say if I went into an area like that in my sports camp and took crime rate down, police would probably come to my camp and say, you're doing a good job, can we try and link in with you, do sports camps all over in bad areas in Liverpool. That would be good for me because I'd be getting a lot more business, and I'd be helping my hometown, Liverpool's community, all around, different ethnic races. I'd be working with white children, black children, different races. All children will come together, because you could be, some kids in different areas don't like certain races, so we could try and mix them in and get them all working together on certain projects, and that would be a good thing for my camp. Management. As this is my business, I will have control of the whole camp. I will be the top manager for my camp, and because there's so many children going to come to my camp, I'll have to get workers in. So all my workers that come work for me will get paid £40 a day. So they're getting more than minimum wage for the hours that they're going to do.
And how old are the people going to be who go working for you?
How old people they're going to be, they can range. I'm going to try and get young people in, so from age 19 to 25, so they can work on sports coaching. So say they work for my camp for 2 years, they'll get enough stuff to become a qualified coach, and then say they wanted to go work at a football club or set their own camp up similar to mine. I'd have links with them so they could send children to my camp and I could send children to their camp if they wanted to. So they'd be apprentices. They'd be working under me as apprentices, finding out what business needs or stuff like that.
Is that keeping your costs down? Yeah.
That's keeping me costs down, because they're working as me for apprentices, but they'll still be getting paid as they're doing it, and they'll be learning as well. So that's good. And also, as a manager, I need to tell my employees what to do direct. So I have to tell them what the day's going to be planned out like straight away. Tell them, like, you'll have to do this today because it's in the criteria. You'll have to do that today. I'll have to tell them all the rules straight away. They'll have to know the rules. So if one of my employees disobeys the rules, I'll have to go to them direct and take them in a room and tell them what they've done wrong, so you know next time what to do it. So that's good as a manager to do. Risks. There's a lot of risks that you can do that can happen to a business. One of my risks to start off with would be financial state. That's why I've come here today. because I have not got enough money to back my business so far, but I need to try and get money from Dragon's Den here today to try and start my business up. Another risk to this is compliance. This is like, just in case, say I've got like 100 children here in a day, and some of the children, I've told the children the rules of what the camp's about, and they go disobey the rules. I'll have to like go to the children and tell them like, you can't do that again, because this is disobeying the rules. So the children will have to learn not to break them rules at any time.
So basically saying the risk is something does go wrong.
Yeah, if something goes wrong in the camp with the children, then I'll have to take responsibility for that. Competition. There's going to be competition around the area that I'm looking to go into. But as I've seen a niche in the market in the area that I want to go to, and I've seen there's only 2 camps there so far. So for example, there's camps running similar in that area, such as Liverpool FC. They're doing a similar camp to what I'm going to set up, but they're not going to have good sports coaches and good sports personality there. Because I've been to the Liverpool FC camp, sports camp, in that area, and I've asked the head of the whole camp, like, what if your coach has got qualifications or stuff like that? And some of the coaches there haven't got good qualifications and only got their level 1 sports coaching. So they shouldn't be taking on so many kids if they've only got level 1 sports coaching so far. So they're just going to be my main competition in that area that I'm looking to go into. Skill requirements. This is for people in my camp really. They'll have to be, employees in my camp will have to be leaders, because they're going to have to be setting out all the camps daily. They're going to be setting out all the camps tasks. So say they'll have to be leaders, so they'll have to set out, one person will have to set out shooting over on one side of the pitch, the other person will have to set out passing on the other side of the pitch. So most all my employees are going to have to be leaders. They can't be following anyone.
Do you have to be a leader as well?
Me, I have to be the main leader in my whole business, because I have to show people what they have to do.
Would you say you're a role model?
I would say I'm a bit of a role model, but I wouldn't want to take that as me as a role model, because I'd rather just people think I'm a leader so they want to follow me. So I wouldn't really want to get the term role model classed as me, because I don't really want that to be. Legal structure. As a legal structure in my business, I'd have to make sure that all the workers that come into my work are insured. So this means that, say if one of my workers is working with the children and one of the children have accidents, workers will have to be insured to say like it wasn't their fault, because the kids, it happens in sports, accidents do happen, and sometimes children's parents and mothers sometimes think it was the sports coach's fault and they'll try and sue them. So we'll have to get insurance. Also, I'll have insurance for my workers for health and safety. So say if you work for my business and you had an accident, like that wasn't your fault, you'll be insured for that, so you'll get all your medical bills and that paid for. So that'll be good. Also, I'll have to get insurance for the campus, because as we can see, my base of the campus is going to be Wincote, and it's a very big campus. So I'll have to be looking out for everyone all the time, because there is stuff here that accidents can happen, because kids could fall down the stairs, kids could be on the Astro, they could slip, they could break the foot. So I'll have to make sure I'll have insurance so all the kids are covered. Also, with my insurance, I'll have to make sure all my workers are CRB checked. If none of my workers didn't get CRB checked, my sports camp would not be good. So they'll have to be CRB checked all the time, so they can work with kids. Advice. As I'm only getting started off into this business, I'll be having to seek advice. So I've found friends that I can seek advice from. Dave Rowe and Dave Mack. These are the head of Liverpool Foundation College, which is similar to what I'm going to do, but they run full time, and they give out qualifications for school and stuff. So, because Dave Rowe has made a similar camp to what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to go seek advice from Dave Rowe, because he'll know all the good points and all the bad points of setting up a sports camp. So he could tell me like certain bumps that could occur on the road to make my sports camp, and he could give me advice on what I should do, what I should put my money into, what I shouldn't. Because I trust Dave a lot, so he'll be able to tell me what a good idea to put my sports camp up. Finance. This is how much I'll be getting off every child. I've worked out I'll be getting 100 kids a day, and every kid has to pay £10. So that works out £1,000 a week. This may seem like a lot of money, but when you break it all down,
£1,000 a day, do you mean?
£1,000 a day. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
£1,000 a day. So work that out. So it works out. It seems like a lot of money, but as you work out through the weeks and you break it down, it's not really a lot of money. But also, as I'm bringing money into my business, sports camp, I'll have to be giving money out, because I'll have to be paying for the workers, the equipment, the insurance, all stuff like that. So this is my business finance. Also, I said money will be going to my workers. They'll be getting £40 a day, so workers will be getting £200 a week. Or that's every single worker that works for me. They'll get £200 a week all the time. Financial analysis. My business has an income of £5,000 a week. So my business, as you can see so far, it's stable. So because all my business is stable so far, so I'll, for all my equipment and pay for my workers, altogether that loses £2,000 straight away after I've got all my equipment, paid my workers. So I'll come out at the end of the week with £3,000 altogether. So so far as you can see, it's okay.
So would you be keeping that £3,000, or will you invest it into bibs and other equipment and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'd invest into bibs and other equipment, because the equipment's not going to last for long, because kids do break stuff. So I'd have to make sure every day when all the equipment's collected in, I'd have to make sure I check the equipment on my work. So I'd have to check it to see if we need to buy new equipment or not. So that'd be better. And I'll keep doing this. I'll keep doing this for the whole year, and hopefully when I've done this for the whole year, I'll break even. So this means I will not in debt, but I'll not be making profit.
So are you aiming to break even, or are you aiming to make obviously more profit?
In the first year, I'm aiming to break even, and then through the start of the second year, near the start, I hope to be making profit.
So how much are you going to pay yourself then if you're getting £3,000 a week from your business, which is profit? You will be making profit, won't you?
Yeah, I've been making profit, quite a lot of profit already, but as a manager, I don't want to be paying myself quite a lot of money.
How much will you be paying yourself?
I don't be paying myself £500 a week, because I don't really want to take loads of money home. I want to push it back into the business and try and get the business as big as it can go.
I suppose as well, because it's holidays, you're not working every week of the year, are you?
No, because holidays, we're not going to be working every week of the year. We'll only be working some days, because most of the time parents go away and take their kids on holiday, so kids might not want to come to the camp in that certain week, so we'd have to do
Also,
that.
kids are in school as well, aren't they?
Plus, that's a good idea, kids are going to be in the school and that. Market research. For my market research, I want to go out and put leaflets out there and build focus groups in my camp. So I will get people in from different communities and say, what would you want to do in my camp? So see what happens.
Okay.
And then also, I want to set up a website for any parents that have questions about my camp. So they can log onto my website and say if their children have showed their parents their website what they want to do. They can write an email to any of my staff and say, I need to ask this question about your sports camp for freely. Any question they want to ask anytime, they can always go on the website and find out. Also, at the end of the week, at every end of the week, I'll give my child a questionnaire. Every child that comes to my camp, and say, go fill that out with your parents, and parents can write on with their child. Their child will say to them what I found good about your sports camp, what I found bad, and then on Monday when they come back, they can bring their questionnaire straight back in, and me and my team will work on the questionnaires, find out what needs doing better and what doesn't need doing better. Market promoting. As I've got friends in Juice FM for promoting, I will ask Juice FM on Merseyside if we could do a little advert, as my camp will be big in Liverpool, so we could do like a 30-second advert saying like my camp on the radio will be one of the biggest camps in the UK, and hopefully children by this will want to come, because you know what children like when on the radio when they hear adverts, they're like, oh mum, I want to go there, stuff like that. Also, we're going to set up pages such as Facebook and Twitter, so because kids nowadays want to use Twitter and Facebook all the time, so we can set up a page where children could like it, look at pictures, find out any information they want to find out about my sports camp, and then they could like tell their friends, share the pages and all that. Also, I'll hand out flyers. I hand out flyers to schools and businesses, but before I do this, I will have to ask permission of schools if I'm allowed to go in front of their school and hand out flyers about my business. But because I'll be doing this, I'll be getting links with the school, and if any school children that would want to come to my camp, I can give flyers to their teachers and get links with schools. So, say if a school wants to do a sports day for their whole school, they come to our camp, we'd set out a full organised sports day for them. So that would be getting good links with schools and show other schools what my camp's about. Promotion. That's like saying if you have a brother and sister, say your brother wants to come to the sports camp, you'd only have to pay for one child. So say your one's coming free. So say you'd only get one day free at the sports camp, don't you? You'd have to pay the rest. So, but that can be any day. So say your brother comes Monday to Friday, you can bring your sister any one of them days. And say you've been coming for a week to my sports camp, you'll get one day in the next week free. That's any day you want. So that can be Monday to Friday, as I've said.
Nice promotions there, very nice.
Suppliers. I'll have to go to a wholesalers, because you can buy in bulk from wholesalers, which is a lot cheaper than going to, say, Sports Direct or many other shops. So I'll be able to get a lot of equipment from there, and it'll be very cheap. Timing. As you can see, this is what I hope for my business to be like. So I will start my business first year, get the premises for Wingcoat. So this will be this area, whole area, because it's good for sports. Everyone in Liverpool knows about this area. Then get employees into my businesses that want to apply for jobs. So also, even though I've said I want 19 to 25-year-olds, I could also get children that want to come straight out of school and do apprenticeships. So that would be building them up. Because then after they do 2 years of apprenticeship at my business, they could apply for a job here. Maybe I'll give them a job if they're good enough. Deliver most of my sessions, so this means I'll deliver, all my team will deliver most of their sessions, like passing and all stuff through the part of the year, so they'll have to make more sessions up. Trying to expand my business further, because with you Dragons Den, I wish to expand my business the whole across the UK, and I know you've got links that would help me expand it, so that's what I'm trying to do. Try and get promotions through schools, because my business is only starting off small, I only want to target a few schools. So then after I've targeted a few schools and got respect from them, I can start targeting all of the schools around the UK and Liverpool. Then after like the end of the year, I want to start to make profit in my sports camp. But as we've already said, because I'm making so much money, I'll be making profit from the early start. So with the profit, I just want to push it back into my camp and hopefully get my business off the ground and make it better. That's all I've got here for you. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you.